Hello viewers, we're back in Starfield. We're going to do another ship tour. This one I call the Star Drifter. This was inspired by a ship that I saw on the Starfield ships Reddit. It was basically done as a Star Wars type ship. I've made a few changes to it in terms of pulling the cockpit in a little bit closer and really not too much other than that. It's a fairly basic design. We're going to go into the ship builder and show you around it a little bit. So we've got the Armstrong cockpit. We've got a storeroom behind that. Behind that we've got a HopeTech captain's quarters, grav drive at the back here, Nova Galactic cowlings top and bottom. Underneath here we've got the Nova Galactic landing gear, Nova Galactic landing bay, and we've got the HopeTech cross brace to get into the corridor, to get into the living quarters. This is a B-class version, which I wanted to do these engines on it, but you could definitely build it as an A-class. In fact, when I upgraded from A to B-class, I actually ended up losing 5 points of reactor power. Because I haven't unlocked the higher power B-class reactors. We've got the Stroud-Eklund structural parts on here, just to give it the appearance. At the front here we've got a 2x3 cargo hull. That's also HopeTech. I'm running a mod that actually gives me a stupid amount of cargo space in this thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that when you start looking at these other cargo containers, this is 585 kilograms of cargo and it weighs 124 tons. Come on, that doesn't even make any kind of sense. So I don't really feel bad about running the mod for the extra cargo and the cargo hulls, but you can definitely build this thing without it. We've got 585 here. In the back here I've got another cargo container for 210, so that would be 795 plus 200 in the cockpit. That would give you 995 cargo on a vanilla build. And by the way, there's no actual glitching or anything in this build, so this could be built 100% stock vanilla, without having any kind of mods or any of that kind of stuff. There is one other mod that I run, and that's the place doors yourself. And the way that I've built this thing, there's only a couple of doors that would be changed, and I'll show you what those are when we do the interior view. Oh, sorry, the one thing that it does do is it glitches this piece into this piece. And if you're not familiar with how to do glitching, you basically place this one first, and then when you go to add this one, you put it in, and you flip it, and then you flip it back, and you drop it, and then it's now attached. And if I was to select everything, you see that the whole ship will select. Okay, so we've got the cargo hull in the front there. We've got a 2x2 HopeTech all-in-one berth directly behind that. On the other side, we've got a HopeTech armory. We've got a HopeTech side docker, and I'm using these Nova cowlings front and back, as well as on this side, to just kind of round out the shape a little bit more. Underneath, it's the Stroud-Eklund mid-bracer, these two side pieces, and once again it's the Nova Galactic landing gear. This is the wide version, whereas it's the narrow version in the cockpit section, and then more of the Stroud-Eklund caps on it. I'm running a pair of Class B missile launchers. I'm running 3 Class B neutron beams, and I'm running a couple of these EM weapons to allow me to capture ships a little bit easier. I may at some point upgrade these to B class for a little bit more little bit more damage, but I'm not really worried about it yet at this point. And I've also put a scan jammer, which I picked up at the Red Mile, because this cargo bay is completely shielded capacity, so you can actually do smuggling fairly effectively with that. Anyways, that's the exterior tour of the ship. Class B shield as well. That's our external tour. Now let's go take a tour of the inside. Okay, so walking around the outside, you got your Hope Tech caps on the front here, your Hope Tech cargo module behind that, your Nova Galactic fairings, side docker, those three pieces are Stroud Eklund. You've got your B-class engine, so in theory the top speed's only 140. However, I've also did the engine skill a little bit, so I think my top speed on this one is about 150 if I remember right. Actually, you can have a look at this side from the ground. I could theoretically go for the wider landing gear. I don't know if it would necessarily look any better. And apparently I'm over encumbered. Inside we got the standard Armstrong cockpit forward. Then we've got the captain's quarters. Got the corridor into the living area. I've put a weapon and spacesuit workbench as well as a research lab. I got my little living area here. Wall screen for watching movies or whatever they're doing. We've got a bedroom with a closable door. These 2x2 Hope Tech cabs, they only come in an empty version now. There's no furnished ones, so you have to put all your own decorations into it. We got our bathroom here. We got a functional galley. In here, I've had to add the fridge, the table, some stuff on the table. This table here, water cooler, and in the cargo bay here, I've also put an industrial workbench, and I've put a pharmaceutical workbench. And I'm probably going to end up moving this thing over to the other side there, because I think it's probably a little better spot for it. And I was going to tell you the doors that are added through that place doors yourself are essentially, I forced it to have a door here, and another door at the back of the armory. And the armory has a brig cell in it. You only see that in the Hope Tech armory. The other ones, you would have to go with the dedicated brig, and those are all 2x2 modules. And then here's my side docker. So that's the ship tour. Mannequin for extra spacesuits, a little bit of artwork up on the walls. But yeah, a pretty basic little ship. Some weapon racks. I've got an additional weapon rack in the any other crew sleeping quarters. So yeah, hopefully you found this a little bit entertaining. It gives you some ideas for your own ship build. There's all the stats for it there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you found it informative or at least entertaining. And come back for the next one if you did.